Okay, we're recording, or four, you can have the floor. So tonight, meeting the agenda, we've changed the agenda to brainstorming on network connectivities to understand our challenges, and then how do we solve it? What are the best network in a more, our population is, we have majority population in Nigeria. Here in UK, I used to use Virgin Media. I've migrated from Virgin Media to BT, and BT has been giving me a good network, but like today, I don't know why. But we want to understand, because from Nigeria, most of us using MTN is a mobile, and I don't think it's sustainable. So we need to talk about it. So, Ofwale, sorry, you can have the floor now.
All right, sir. Well, when you talk about the issue of network in Nigeria, is a serious concern, especially for everyone and also for freelancers. Yes, anyone who is going on the path of freelancing, you work with a network that fluctuates, and maybe during task, a client give you a task, and then you start to complain of network. Most of the clients are not patient enough; they will just cut you off to business here. So this happened to me July 2023. That was my first interview with a company in Australia. So we scale. I was able to scale from 30 number candidate to number 2, and during that time I was using Airtel. So the network was so bad that when they were asking me questions, we were just 2 left. Before I knew it, my network cut me off. So before I could regain myself, they picked the other candidate, and that is all. So it was so bad that I had to re-strategize and look for a way to solve the problem. So after my research, I also went to buy 5G also. So that one too, it fluctuates. I even put a limited package on it, but they told me it's 5G network, but when I started using it, it was just 3G or 4G I'm seeing. So I complained to them. They said they work coordinator. So, but at the end of the day, could not solve my problem. So it was later, earlier last year, I think so, that somebody introduced me to Starlink. So although it's very expensive, but the network is good. It's good. It has no issue of break. It has no issue of break. So when you get it, you can be able to perform on your freelancing job, because as I said earlier, most clients, they don't have time for break in network. And supposing you are in a meeting and then you are told to do a presentation, and then you start to complain of network. No, it's not allowed. So we all can work towards that while we are managing the one we currently have. We can work towards that, because that package now, most Nigerians, some who are gone far on freelancing, they started having that network, that Starlink. I think the package now should be around 600 to have all the materials, items to be installed. Then maybe from every month you pay subscription of 750. I'm sorry, 75. So that is, if you are on that package, at least you will have unlimited browsing, and then you are able to work with it. So this is my little suggestion on the network issue. Thank you so much for listening.
Okay. Thank you for Alex, for sharing your experience. That is quite insightful, because so many of us are struggling. So before we start asking questions, I want to see if other people got something to say about this network. Before you talk about Starlink, it's very strong.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Okay. Blessing, Uchichukwu, are you still in the part of brainstorming on network, or still project update.
Okay, I want to ask a question about the networking, the network. Since it's not yet time, maybe the
Okay.
next person who wants to contribute can
Okay.
go ahead.
Look, if you want to contribute, you can raise your hand and contribute. Let us have your experience. If you had a experience you want to share. Chioma, you want to share your experience?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, I would want to talk about the network issue, especially for us in the southeastern part of the country. Here in Anambra, precisely, is not funny at all. Like Mr. Alex talked about Starlink, I went for that, but we discovered that the coverage here is limited because I went to those that are into this network stuff and I asked them about a good network to use. They suggested that Starlink. I think that was around 600K or something. So I asked the guy, is there any room for return after purchase in case if it's not? He said, because he wanted to tell me here in Ine, which is not strong. It is not strong, so that I will not come and say they should bring it. I will now return it. So the network is seriously challenging to us here, especially myself here in Inewi. There's nothing we've not tried, and I didn't purchase the Starlink. So I'm looking for further suggestions on other ones that are strong because MTN, Airtel, Etisalat, there's none we will trust. I am using the three of them right now, yet network keeps throwing me out and bringing me back. So that's my experience with it here in Inewi. So I look forward to further suggestions on better network provider that I can use. So thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution. Do you have any other suggestion on these network issues? Any other person, can you share your experience? Okay, Dawson.
Mine is not really an experience, but a suggestion. Like a friend also had interview with a foreign company last few days. It was the same issue. So she had to go for fiber. So fiber, like what Shama commented, I think the whole stuff seems to base mostly on location. But like those that are based in the heart of some cities like Lagos, they have access to a relative good network. Like that of fiber works very well in areas like VI, Ikoyi area, and some parts of the mainland. So fiber works very well and it's cost effective as well.
Okay, you said fiber.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, that's quite insightful. Do we have any more contribution on network problems? Okay, if you have been like, we have Juliet. Juliet, we got contribution.
Yeah, hello. Good evening, everyone. So, just like Mr. Godson said, I don't know if you can hear me. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, just like Mr. Godson said, Fiber One only works for some parts of Lagos, and where I stay currently, Fiber One doesn't work at all. I tried trying to seek. I tried going to seek for Starlink then. I think Starlink was about 1 million then when I started. I'm even surprised that it has come down to this amount. So, or was SpectraNet. I was using SpectraNet. I don't know if anyone has heard about SpectraNet. I'm using SpectraNet. I'm using Airtel 5G, and then MTN as well. So for that, it helps me. It helps me very well.
Okay.
I'm very cost effective as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's very good. Okay, Blessing, you can have the floor now. I think we've seen people. So if you have questions, if you are struggling, you're having challenges, you will have questions you want to ask about this, then you can ask this question here, because I've taken time to solve my own issue. Even here in UK, I've had a situation like that, you know, where I'm in the middle of a very big interview and network messed me up. And, you know, I later called this lady, but she didn't give me opportunity to, so network messed everything up. So a Blessing, you can have the floor before
Okay, sir.
Sanusi will talk after Blessing.
Good evening, Mr. Charles. Good evening, everyone. Okay, it was when the first speaker spoke, he mentioned 600. So I wanted to confirm the amount, if it's 600,000 that he's talking about, or maybe 60,000. Okay, another thing I have to, as we're having this conversation, I have to browse with ChatGPT. So the person who was complaining of network in Onitsha, they said that Glow works better in Onitsha. So I don't know how true is it. I don't stay there. I stay in Akwa Ibom. Maybe you can also try that out.
Is that what ChatGPT suggests, that Glow is better?
Better in Onitsha. Onitsha.
Well, I don't think ChatGPT should be. There are some certain things ChatGPT cannot know. I don't
Okay.
asking ChatGPT about network, the best network. I'm not trying to doubt you, but we want more a life experience.
Okay.
You know, because ChatGPT, the information is based on what is in the internet. Yeah, so or people using it live need to talk about it, and yeah.
Okay, sir. That's all for now.
Yeah, but on the Starlink, I think LS said 600,000, not 60,000.
Okay, sir.
Which I think for people who are just about to start their career in freelancing, it might be on the high side for them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but big men like LX, they can afford it. So, Sanusi,
Thank you, sir.
thank you. Sanusi Mohammed.
Okay. Hi, sir.
We can't just. Hello?
Considering, sir, can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you now. Well, you are not
Right,
saying
sir.
anything.
So, considering the cost for
I think that is network.
Yeah, that is
The strategy.
that is the problem we're talking about.
Okay.
You know,
And,
I follow all of you on your
cool.
group.
I would like to confirm.
Yes.
Okay.
You're on mute, Mohammed. Okay. I've been following, I'm in all the groups, and I see the way you guys complain about network. So it's something I've been trying to say we're going to talk about. But this is big challenges we're having. And I've not seen all the updates everybody, or you people have been bringing all these project updates. I've never seen network as an issue or as a risk or as a challenge. With all the risk you guys are capturing, mitigating, I've not seen anything about network. But network is a major issue we're having. Not being able to connect, you can't participate in a meeting, important meeting, because of network. So we should be able to address this issue. And from what I'm seeing here, we have to, Starlink seems to be good, but some people are saying, like Chairman said in Newi, is not that strong as Alex said. So is relatively, it depends on your location. The service you get depends on your location. So I want to understand, how does this, because I've not used the Starlink before. So I want to understand, how does it work? Because I know most of these other ones, like Glo and the rest of them, some of them this through fiber optics. So this Starlink, is it through the same way other networks are, or do they have different infrastructure? Yes, or for.
Yeah, the infrastructure is a bit different, because they have like a small dish, a receiver, and also another item that you have to, like a control that you put in your city room or where you want to use it. Then the dish, you have to install it on the rooftop, where there will not be interruption in signal or the satellite. So I think once you get the location correctly with a professional, once you're able to get the location, the dish will reset by itself and pick the satellite. So once you pick it, that is all. You don't need to be doing any adjustment again. So, and then when you come in, it has a password, and that you have to like give to someone who wants to use it before you can use it. And it works with a range. Maybe if you install it in your house, depends on the package, that is where you can use it within the range of your house. And so if you go out from the radius that you do not pay for, it will not connect. So let's say, for example, now you pay the minimum subscription. So within your domain, you can give anyone the password that they use it freely without interruption. So that is the way it works.
So does it have the same, that kind of MTN mask, where MTN with the mask you can receive signal? Is that how the satellite, or how does their satellite work?
No, it's a small, it's like a dish.
Okay.
So but it's a small dish. You know, this DSTV dish, its one is a smaller. So I will share that satellite, I will share it on the group. So that is the way it was. So it's like when you are installing your dish, but in this case, their own has a cable that comes from the dish from the rooftop to the main control inside. So, but then once you plug it to light, so it will receive. It's automatic. It's like an international company, so it's automatic. Once you connect the cable from the rooftop in the dish to your main, the main control inside, it automatically pick the signal without you have to maybe rotate it or something. So it will pick the signal and then you start using it. So it doesn't have that type of MTM mass. So it works with a satellite, and that their satellite is not from Nigeria. So it's all over the world. It's by this man, Elon Musk also. So that is the way it's designed.
That is a very good. So this is a global satellite you connect to.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that's good. So it means if that's the case, it means it depends on the engineer. If the engineer should be able to help you to get connected to the satellites, the main dish, or
Yes.
the global. That is the. So I think it's something we should try to understand more of how it works. Because as we're growing in this career, sure, if you have to, I know so many people who are working from Nigeria now, they don't even want to do any other thing. Their main work is working remotely. And it's all of us here, that is what we are signing in for. So it's very, very important. Okay, let's hear from Sanusi. Sanusi has been suffering from network issue, and maybe this can be a life changer for him. So Sanusi, we want to capture your experience and see how we can talk about it.
Hi, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. The network here is really bad. We're just trying to cope. So I was actually going to ask Mr. Alex a question, which he has already answered. I was going to confirm if the Starlink can have multiple users, and he answered it already. So I would also want to advise or suggest to us here that why not, go for partnership. There are some of us here that live in apartments where you have like 5 tenants, living in a compound. So why can't we liaise with the rest of the tenants, get this Starlink, and then give the password to the rest of the people, so that the cost can be shared among the users. So that's my suggestion, sir.
That is beautiful. That is a beautiful suggestion. Okay. Sanusi, I think this is a very beautiful solution you've just you've brought a very beautiful solution here. Like we say, it's a brainstorming session. We are looking for solution. Like LX, where you live, do you live in, like, let's just use LX here as a case study. Do you live in I don't know if you live in maybe a duplex or your own apartment or a shared block, but whichever way, can it be shared? Can you have it, in your own case, can you share it with maybe neighbors? Even if you are living in your own duplex and you have neighbors, can you share it with your neighbors? Or if you are, can you share it with other tenants? Is it shareable?
Yes, sir. It's those within the building can be, the network can be shared, the password can be shared, and they can use it. Then, if you are having like your own building, those within your friends, maybe you share friends with the other building.
You
If
arrange.
if you give her the password, they can use it
Okay.
as long as within the range, so they can use it.
So have you tried to do that in order to crash your cost of have you tried to do that because the cost, like I said, 75K in Nigeria are some people's salary. You know,
I
you know,
don't really share it.
okay.
Because
But
those
the main thing here you have answered what we are trying to. So if you are this kind of person trying to start, let me tell you, internet is what everybody uses internet these days. No exception. Even if you are not a remote worker, we use it in our everyday life. So if we have a situation like this, you can talk to people within your vicinity around you, and you people can get this one and share it and then reduce the cost. For me, is a good solution, a good way to look at it. If Starlink is working on your side, okay. If Starlink is not working on your side, there's one they call is it TZT? Have you guys heard about this TZT?
Yeah, I've heard about the name, but I've not used it before.
Okay. Let us brainstorm on different solutions and see which one is shareable, which one ever within your location you can share with people around you. You can approach them and share the cost. So let's hear from Karimot and see if we can bring more solution.
No, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, actually, no, I'm not sharing any solution. I just wanted to state an important part I think Mr. Ofo forgot to mention regarding Starlink, which is that it needs a stable power supply, because it needs power to be connected. Without power, it won't be connected. So you have to think about that too. So if you're relying on NEPA alone, I think you also have to get an alternative power solution, maybe an inverter or something else, so that it will always be connected. So I just wanted to add that.
Okay. Do you use Starlink?
No, but I have people that do. So I've asked questions about it from them. So I got the information from them.
Okay. That's good. That's good contribution. Mr. Ike.
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everybody. My own opinion concerning this issue.
Ike, please try to, I think you're standing far away from your device.
Better.
Yeah, you are coming closer now.
Okay, my own opinion is a bit different from the Starlink option, because for a freelancer starter or startup, it will be difficult to meet up with the budget of Starlink. So I'm thinking of, or let me say, the way I do for now, I use MTN and Glo. I put them handy in a way I can switch from one to the other if there is network issue. That is probably when you are doing a work that is under your control. But if it is in the case of maybe interview, like some of us have said that network issue affected them during an interview, there is this option of, I don't know if you guys have heard of UPS. There are some organizations, what they do is, if you have an important thing to do with network, you can just come in, walk in there and book a session, because their network can never disappoint. So I've not been there, but some people that have gone there have related the information to me. And also, even Equitos has talked about it in her classes. There are some important interviews that you will need to do. You may need to go out of your way to visit such establishment. Like yesterday, I had an online interview, and I was thinking of going for it, but I said, since this is the first interview, let me use my Glo and my MTN. And it didn't interrupt me during the interview. But if they call me for final interview, which I know is more important, I was thinking of going to UPS and book a session there. I know that nothing will interrupt me. But if it's just a job you want to do that is within your control, you can go ahead and use your options of MTN, Glo, SpectraNet. There is another one called Swift. That's what I want to suggest. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. I can thank you for your contribution, and it's quite insightful as well. Like if you are, we know we can now classify MTN and Glo as legacy providers. Legacy means that they are getting aged. Other innovations are taking over from them. They don't want, if MTN and Glo should have done if they have done what they are supposed to do, by now everybody should have good home internet, but they are not taking advantage of that. So they are now, to be honest with you, they are going away because there will be massive competition coming in because Nigeria is developing. So, but this UPS, is this the UPS Korea you are talking about? Okay.
Sorry, pardon.
Is it you said UPS, is it the courier service, or do they have because you talk about UPS. Do they provide another service for internet connectivity where people can come and
Yes,
use?
there is one along Oshodi Apapa Express Road. So I've gone there, but no, I didn't use the service. But that is part of what they do.
So it's just like a business center.
Yes, if you have an important thing to do with internet, they'll just connect you on their Wi-Fi for the number of time you want.
And
after,
you pay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That might be another good business some people might be thinking of starting. For me, if you are a good business person, you within your area, you can go and get this Starnet. If you have good signal about this Starlink, you can get Starlink, get good business center and set it up, and people can come there and do their business and they'll be charging their money. So that is another business idea any of you can hijack. You know, this is your business blueprint. If I'm in Nigeria, I'm cashing into it immediately. You know, like now, if you can get 600, if I'm using, like, if I'm a freelancer like Alex, and my network is good, if I have a good place within my location, I will just move this to that place, and I'll be doing my work as a freelancer, and people will be coming around as well, and I'll be supplying them that same internet connectivity, and that will help me to cushion the cost of this. And yeah, so that is a good one. And some of you can explore that option as well. So that is it. So Chinenye Ani, you've been raising your hand. I have not, sorry, I didn't ignore you. So
Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to comment on the Tizeti stuff you talked about. I've used Tizeti before, but I didn't really use it for long because of the network is not really that stable and they don't have coverage everywhere. And that's one. Another thing is that their customer service is very poor. So the network is not stable, their coverage is not everywhere, and then the customer service is very poor. So a better option, if you ask me, is Fiber One. Fiber One is cheap and their network is very stable. Thank you, sir.
okay. I think I've got two people I've said about this Fiber One before. So you say it's quite affordable. So can you break down the cost?
Okay. I'm not using Fiber One, but my brother uses it. So I think the total cost of the whole package should be around 60-something thousand. And then monthly you'll be subscribing for like 15,000 or less. 15,000 or less. Yes, sir. Though Tizeti is cheaper, but because the network is not stable, it's not okay. I had to remove my own cable from my house because it was useless. It wasn't really working for me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tizeti, because somebody talk about that Tizeti yesterday to me. So
Okay, sir.
wow. Okay, that is quite insightful. And we've captured enough. So if you're having issues, because only if you are not only for those who might not be interested in this are those who are staying abroad, and where we can. But if you are in Nigeria and you are serious about your freelancing, then what we are saying here should be making sense to you, because you maybe now you can just be playing around. You've not started applying for job for some new entrants into this freelancing. You might not understand what we are talking about. But if you plan to be a veteran freelancer, if you want to call it a career, most people that have called it a career, they are not regretting it. You know, so if you are here and you have to be serious, you have to pick what we are saying here, because I've witnessed a very good job. I couldn't get that job because of internet. And I was doing a presentation and my system hanged for like, this is 30 minutes interview, and my system hung for like 15 minutes, and it wasn't funny. It was not funny because I've almost landed that job. So it can be frustrating. It can. So that is it. So this is a big risk. Like yesterday, all our session yesterday, we couldn't do much because the person that's supposed to present from Nigeria couldn't present because of network, and we have to cancel the whole. So it's like a whole day job. You cancel a whole day job, couldn't do anything because of network. Do you know the cost of that amount of money? You are losing money. Business are not taking it lightly. So that is why we have to address this. So if it is something we've achieved, is for me, because once we are stable, everybody's. I follow your charts in various groups. People complain bitterly about network. They always complaining I couldn't join the meeting. They keep throwing me out. So you see their frustration. And some people, out of frustration, they can just give up this freelancing. This is you've come if you come to this freelancing and you are here, you've come a long way. We finished project management. We are finishing business analysis. You have been part of 2 projects. Your CV. So you've come a long way, and you wouldn't want all this effort to be wasted. You know, at this point, to acquire a career as an adult is not easy. When you have family, you have children, you look after them, you have your family, you have other worries, and you are trying to acquire a career, it can be frustrating. So, but if you manage to hold on till now, then you have to do anything you need to do to keep flying. Nothing. If a network is the issue, then you have to find a way to sort it out. So that is it. And yeah, I had a lady. I was in my other class, and she got a good job. I think she's in Abakaliki, and she have to relocate from Abakaliki, come to Enugu, find a place in Enugu where there is stable network, and she have to move because she's very serious about her career. She moved. So people don't play with opportunities these days. Network, internet is like everything to us these days. And even find out that once you have a bit of internet issues, even in our place of work, we don't play with internet. We have what we call proxy server. Proxy server is a very strong network alternative. So whenever our main internet is having, everybody will migrate to proxy server because the company cannot afford to shut down because of internet issue. That is it. And the 2 prominent solution for me here is sharing. If you discover like Starlink, you can talk to people around you, and if 600,000 is not a small money for a starter, and 70,000 monthly subscription, but if you can talk to people around you and you can share the cost, if it is within your locality, if the network is strong with it, go for it. Go out, talk to people, and see how it's going to work. Everybody needs this internet. It's no longer a commodity for big men. It's commodity for everyone. Secondly, if you find a business center where you can like suggestion from IK, is very, very important. If you have important interview or engagement, don't just rely on your MTN or Glo. They might mess up your day. Look for a place, stable environment with internet connection. If you need to pay, you pay and get things done. But why that of IK own is, it means that even if you get the job, that place is now going to be your office because you have to be going there all the time in order to get stable internet. So, but if you don't have any other alternative, that could be a way out. And thirdly, if you're a businessman who have small money, if you have up to 1 million, 1 million cannot start any business in Nigeria now. But you can see with 1 million, You can get a star net and rent a small place, get some distinct tables, and people will be coming there to do their work. If you're a businessman, you can give it another thought. So that is it. So for me, it's something we've not been doing. It's something different from something we are doing before, and that is brainstorming. We have issue with brainstorming. We don't put everything, because this is part of the project we are doing, and we can't just come all the time, read the same script every day, and they ignoring some major issues that is affecting us. So tomorrow, I will make sure I sort my own system out. Any challenges I'm troubleshooting all the, as a matter of going to clean up my system to make sure they are working very well. Tomorrow, we're having a Scrum meeting. I'll pick one of the invites, and we're going to have a Scrum meeting. And if I do not pick your team, don't feel bad. I have to pick only one team. Then whatever we are doing in the team I pick, make sure you are following it within your own environment. So that is it. We can do configuration of the ERP in every group. It's not possible. So if you have question bothering your team, feel something we can iron out as soon as possible, although we don't have time again, you can let me know. Okay, Mr. Alex.
Yeah, well, sir. We're having a little bit of challenge in trying to load the Jira with the features in the backlog. We try and did the first one, but to add the task is a bit new to us. So that is a challenge. Maybe when you
If you guys I think we'll have a video on that, so it should be uploaded. Before we had a video, we've had 2 workshops on Jira where we have to do all these things in Jira. I think we've done, haven't we, of Mr. Alex?
Okay, so what happened is we'll go over it and work on that.
So if it's a resources we don't have, I will start worrying about. It's very easy to use Jira. It's not difficult environment. So you go there. I don't think moving product backlog from your spreadsheet to Jira should be a big task. So if you don't know, if your team are struggling, you guys should go and rewatch our video. It's simple.
All right, thank you, sir.
No worries. Okay. Any other question? All right. Thank you. And I hope to see as many of us as possible tomorrow in our meeting, because we are bringing everything together. This last session is not, I don't want anybody to be missing activities. And another thing is, everything is not, at times some of the things we want to do, we don't have enough time here to talk about a lot of things. So I'll be dropping articles, important things I want us to talk. I'll be dropping articles which I want us to be engaging, and equally I can go live if I need to, so that we talk about it. Even if we are at work and I'm going live, you can comment or you can ask questions, we can respond to it. So this these days learning is on the go. We have passed that conventional stage where you must be in a classroom with lecturer before you can learn anything. Our system of education is on the go, mobile education, where we are moving ahead. So that is one thing I want us to. So if you see my post or my article, I'm not just to grow my page, or this is a way of sharing important ideas, things I feel that you should know. Everything is not about technique in business analysis or technique in project management. Market trend is something, job opportunities, where things are happening. These are things you need to know as well in order to thrive. And once we are here, we start talking about techniques, we start talking about methodology in Agile or this and that. But these are not the only thing that we need to survive. Just like we need to know more about internet connectivity, networks. There are so many other things we need to know, and all of them, we can't share all of them in 1 hour. We are coming here. 1 hour is too small. So when we have opportunity, we can share it out all the time. And some of these things, why it's going to be difficult to be sharing it on our WhatsApp group, is that WhatsApp group is not sustainable for posts like this. So it's that's why everything have gone where they have their own relevance. So thank you for your patience. For our internet, everything. You didn't see my face or this and that. Sorry for all those inconveniences. We're coming back stronger. Thank you and good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good
Good
night.
night, Mrs. Fox.
Thank you, sir. Good night,
Good
sir.
night, Mr. Ikechukwu, Karemot, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Constance.
Mr. Gonsi, why you mention my name?
Good night.
I had to mention